I was driving home and it was a little suburban area. I'm on my bike and the road takes a big curve, like a big S curve like that. And as I approach the curve and go into the road, I'm on a motobicane, which is a early moped, very small moped. And I'm turning into the curve, and there's a parked semi truck up there in the curve. And suddenly, out of nowhere, a car comes behind me. And as I'm turning in the curve and trying to go around the semi truck, the car hits me, pushes my bike into the parked semi truck. So my bike flies into the truck. My bike actually lays down. I hit the truck. I jump out of my body before I impact. So I'm watching the whole thing. So my consciousness, or however you want to call it, my consciousness was stepped out and I was watching all of that unfold in front of me. So I saw my bike, I saw my body hit the car, I saw the bike go into the truck, I saw my body bounce out into the road and the car drive away. I was very surprised. It happened so fast. I had no idea what happened and that the car drove away. There was no anger on my part. There was no upset. There was no frustration. I remember looking at my body and seeing my legs kind of twisted under me. And I remember thinking, oh, that's not good. But I wasn't in any pain. And knowing that my body was down there and I was over here, at one point I flew above the truck. I just sort of elevated and raised and saw like just a bird's eye view of the whole scene. I don't think that when we go through these big physical experiences, I jumped out of my body before that experience, right? My body went through that pain, but I didn't. I was outside watching it. I believe that the soul, our spirit, has a choice of stepping out and observing it. So the person, the body might be in a lot of pain, and maybe that person is there experiencing that pain. Maybe that's part of their choice or their life journey to do that. So as I'm in this experience, suddenly I find myself going down a tunnel. For me, it was a tunnel experience, and the tunnel sort of twisted and it corkscrewed. So there was movement. It wasn't just static, like turning around me. It was turning and moving at the same time. And I was shooting through that corkscrew experience. And it was all full of color. It was really beautiful. So I'm shooting down the tunnel, and then suddenly I'm on the other side of the tunnel. I'm just in this space, and it's a beautiful place. It's all white and translucent, and the color is absolutely amazing. The color in the space, and it's all white, but there's color. Like when you look at a prism, like a crystal prism and the light shines through it. That's what the light was like. It was this beautiful, bright, gorgeous colors, like colors that we don't have, that we at least can't see. Maybe we have them, but we can't, as humans, see that color. They're just gorgeous colors. And I remember being in the space, feeling that there was a floor that I could stand on, not seeing anything like a floor, just seeing light, feeling like I was in a room, like it was a defined space, and yet feeling at the same time that it went on forever. Like it was just this infinity. It just kept going, like there was no end. And I was so curious. I was so curious walking around this space, trying to make sense of it, feeling like I'm me, seeing my body, being able to kind of look and, oh, this is my body, this is me, and knowing that I left my body at the same time. So maybe it's a spirit body, maybe it's an energetic body, but I was in a form of some sort. And suddenly, as I'm walking around the space, I remember sort of looking around and turning, and then suddenly there was this person like me in front of me, and he was like a holograph, like I was. It was just energy, just light. But yet there was form. He was wearing his suit. I don't know why he was wearing his suit, but he was wearing his suit. And as you can see, I'm Caucasian in this lifetime, but this man that I saw was Asian. And he reminded me of like Lao Tzu. the old wise man, and he's wearing a tweed suit. And I could see the weave of the tweed, the weave of the fabric. It was really thick and it was beautiful and it was brown tweed. And he's wearing this tweed suit and he had the mustache and the long wispy beard. Why? I don't know. I see him, and when I see him, my heart rips open. I get this pain, and it was pain, but it was an ecstatic pain. Like my heart is ripping open, and I love him. The love that was pouring out of me, like, oh my God, there was just this absolute feeling of knowing. And my conscious brain is thinking, I don't know who you are. Is this God? Is God? And I say something like, well, I'm dead, something like that. And he says, you're not supposed to be here. And I'm kind of confused. Like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to be here? I mean, obviously, I died. I saw my body all mangled on the ground. I floated above that experience. I went down the tunnel. I'm on the other side. Well, you better check your book because maybe I didn't make a reservation. I don't know, but I'm here. And when he said that to me, I started to get very angry. All that, I'm in spirit form at that time. All that anger that I felt at my parents for not trusting me, not letting me go to the party, all that type of anger, suddenly I felt, and it was like it was incongruent. That anger couldn't be in this place of heaven, let's say. It couldn't be. It was incongruent. It didn't match. And then suddenly I was back on the other side. I wasn't in the space anymore. I wasn't in that heavenly environment anymore. It wasn't my time, and I came back. I was not in my body. So I remember watching my body and seeing the ambulance come, the emergency medical team. I suddenly am back in my body. I open my eyes and I say, take me to the hospital. My insurance card's in my wallet. And I jump out of my body again. So I'm in my body for a few seconds to tell them where to take me. I jump back out. I'm watching the whole thing. They put my body on the gurney. They put the gurney in the car. They close the doors of the ambulance and they drive away. So my next memory is I suddenly wake up and I'm looking up and I see a white ceiling, but it's not that same white, not the white of all the translucent, beautiful colors that was vibrant. It's an ugly drop down ceiling, those white vault ceilings of the hospital. And I was so sad. I was so sad. I did not want to be back. So I'm here now and just enjoying this life that I get to live. So in healing myself, I was taught. I really feel like the divine taught me how to heal myself. And I resisted a lot. So part of that lesson was to look at my pain as a part of me that's suffering. And if a friend of mine showed up and they were suffering, I would be nice to them. I would make them a cup of tea. I would say, what do you need? How can I help? Right? And yet to ourselves, when we're suffering, we say, I don't want to say this to you or any of the listeners, so I'm going to turn to the side. We say things like, I hate you. I can't stand you. I'm embarrassed of you. I'm ashamed of you. I wish you'd go away. I want to cut you out. I'm going to drug you. I'm going to throw you away. Right? We say that to the parts of our bodies that are suffering. And so one of the first things I had to learn how to do, and other people who want to heal their pain, one of the first things to do is to stop abusing themselves, to stop bullying themselves, and to start loving. And I really want to share that message with people. I think that's so important, that this life that we are living, however you live it, if you judge it as good and bad or ugly or whatever you judge it as, if you judge it as in some way as you're unworthy or anything like that, that's not true. The truth is, from my own experience being on the other side, right? You can't get it wrong. Everybody is welcome, right? It was the best thing that happened to me. It taught me to love. It taught me to live. It taught me that you can't get it wrong, that no matter what's going on in your life, No matter how you look at it, if you're rich or you're poor or whatever it is, you are all, everyone is welcome. Everyone is loved. Everyone is going to the other side. Everybody is going to heaven. Now, I like to think of the idea of karma, that there's stuff that you're going to have to work out, right? And you're still loved. You are absolutely still loved. The universe, the divine, whatever you want to call it, loves you so much. You are all welcome. Everyone is welcome. I like to pass that message on. If somebody's in pain, if somebody's hurting, if somebody's upset, if somebody is experiencing financial loss, whatever it is, that you can't get it wrong. You are
Yeah.
so loved. And I know that you're on the human level going through an experience. You're going through whatever experience that is, good, bad, or ugly, I like to say, right? Whatever that experience is, you're going through it and it's valid. And know that you are always loved and you always will be.